13th April 2022. Morning Murli, Shanti, BapDada, Madhuban. Sweet children, show wonders while living at home with your families. Do service to become elevated deities and make others the same. Question: which children claim a right to the inheritance of the kingdom? Answer: those who come into a close relationship with the Father and give full news to their activity and their income to the Father. Such real children claim a right to the inheritance of the kingdom. Those who don't even come in front of the Father and don't tell their news cannot receive the inheritance of the kingdom. They are stepchildren. Baba says, children, give your full news to so that Baba can understand what service you do. Baba enables you children to make effort under all circumstances. Song: who has come to the door of my mind with the sound of ankle bells? Shanti. You children know what your relationship with the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, Shiv is. You call him the Supreme Father. You can also add the word purifier. You know in your hearts that you have the relationship of Father with the purifier, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, Shiv. The Supreme Father says, I reveal myself in front of my children. The Father meets his children and has a heart-to-heart conversation with them. You then have to explain to others whatever is explained to you. You now know the world mother and world father. Shiv cannot be called the world father because there are people in the world. This is why it is said Prajapita Brahma, the father of people, and Jagadamba, world mother. Amba is the mother of the whole world. This proves that he is the creator. There has to be this understanding. All human beings remember God, but they don't know him. You now know the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, the World Mother, and Prajapita Brahma. You have come and become their children. Everyone has physical parents. They would not be called the World Mother and World Father. The World Mother and World Father existed in the past. At this time, you now belong to them. History and geography is being repeated. You know that you are now claiming your inheritance from the Father. The Father established heaven where there used to be the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. You received that kingdom. You are now claiming it once again. So you should ask them, do you know the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul? This matter is such that even though you do understand it, you forget it. You forget yourselves and the mother and father and lose your inheritance. This is a battlefield. You are on the battlefield at this time in order to conquer Maya. This war will continue until the end. The people involved in that war also know that if they wanted, they could kill everyone in a second. They now continue to supply weapons to one another and also incur death. If someone were to kill a person who has a debt, the debt would end. Baba used to read the newspapers. Children should also read the newspapers and do service from that. You should ask Baba, Baba, you are the master, So why do you listen to the radio? Baba would reply, but children, it is shivbaba who is the master. How would I know what the atmosphere is like outside and to what extent there is the effect of war, etc.? At this time, people tell many lies. They also form committees of righteousness. You should write to them. This world is corrupt. How can there be righteousness here? Those who indulge in vice are called corrupt. Only your children know those things. Your children are number wise. You can ask anyone what is your relationship with the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Christians know that Christ took birth at such and such a time. Okay, who existed before him? How long has it been since Lakshmi and Narayan ruled their kingdom? At this time, those who belong to the original eternal deity religion have become corrupt in their religion and action. They have spoken of the hundreds of thousands of years in the scriptures. You have now awoken and you have to awaken others. You know that Shiv is your father, Prajapita Brahma and Jagadamba are also your mama and Baba. You can then ask, how did Lakshmi and Narayan receive the inheritance of the golden age? It has been 5,000 years since they received it, but they don't have it now. They are now receiving it once again. History is now being repeated. How can you give everyone the Father's message now? Should you beat the drums in every home? Okay, you can still put up boards because your master eternal surgeons, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul is incorporeal. No one knows whose body Shubhava entered. You cannot even say that he entered the body of Krishna and took birth. You know, memorize that he is your Supreme Father and also your teacher. He is giving us very good teachings. Baba has come and meet us again after a cycle. You understand that? You have firm faith, but then when you go back home, the intoxication disappears. While living at home and doing your business, you should definitely write to the father about how long you are able to maintain such intoxication. However, some children don't give the father their full news. Your children know everything about the father, and so the father should also know everything about you. Since he is your grandfather, he should know everything about your activities and your income, because only then can he give you directions. You would say that Shibaba is Antaryami, means knower of all secrets within. But how could this Brahma know? Some don't even come in front of Baba, and it is understood from this that they are stepchildren, so they won't be able to claim the inheritance of the kingdom. If you want to follow Srimad, you have to give your full news. Your children know everything about your father. You have to give your news to the Father. This is our relationship of a spiritual household. This is a spiritual, godly family. All souls have a relationship with the Supreme Spirit. Ask everyone whether they know Lakshmi and Narayan and the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Do you know the elevated golden age deities? You can write and tell them. By knowing all of those things, you too can become elevated. Otherwise, you will never be able to become that. By doing such a service, you can claim a high status. It is your business to make degraded ones elevated. So why don't you put up a board? Men and women are both engaged in the service. Baba gives directions, but some children then forget them. They remain busy in their own business. They don't even do the service that has to be done. Neither do they give their full news, nor do they put up a board. If they don't put up a board and don't do service, it would be understood that they have a lot of body consciousness. You all listen to the Murli and know what Baba says. You receive many directions for exhibitions. Baba says, children, since it is hot weather, go to the mountains and make arrangements. Then Baba waits to see from where he receives news saying that they are able to make these arrangements. If you have knowledge about this, then you should go and make arrangements for a hall or pilgrim rest house and dharamshala so that many can receive the message. Also arrange for a board to be put up here. What is your relationship with the ocean of knowledge, the purified, the incorporeal supreme soul? Then what is your relationship with the world mother and world father? What will he give you? He will definitely make you into the masters of the world. You are truly becoming those now. You became those and the previous cycle too. When you put up the sport, all other questions will end. How did Lakshmi and Narayan receive their inheritance of the mastery of the world? One who asks these questions definitely has to know the answers. If you don't do this much service, how would you become seated on the throne? This Raj Yoga is for changing you from an ordinary man into Narayan, not for becoming a subject. Have you come here to become subjects? When Baba receives news, he can understand that you are doing some service. If you don't give any news of your home or your service, how could it be understood that you would become part of the rosier factory? Those whose intellects have faith become victorious, and those who have doubts are led to destruction. You know that your kingdom is now being established. Your children have to make effort to claim a high status in that kingdom. However, what can the teacher do if it is not in the fortune of some children? You have performed such wrong actions that you have to suffer for them. Mama performed very good actions and she attained such a high status by paying attention very well. Your children should make a lot of effort under all circumstances. Baba has advised you to put up a board and also to print small leaflets and distribute them. By knowing this Lakshmi and Narayan, you will become elevated deities. You shouldn't delay in performing an auspicious task. You, sweetest children, have to do a lot of service, show wonders while living at home with your families. You mustn't ever have thoughts of leaving your home. You know that Baba is teaching you through Brahma. When shivbaba entered Bharat, did he come as an incorporeal being? How did he come? What did he do? No one knows this at all. They celebrate Shivratri, but they don't know anything. The Supreme Soul comes to purify you. Baba says, when you are confused about anything, ask Baba. Baba, I cannot understand this. The significance of 84 births has been explained to you. You also have to go through the clans. You are imbibing all of this. We have truly taken 84 births in this way. We are now once again becoming part of the San dynasty. The more effort one makes, the higher the status one claims. This is such an easy thing, and yet it doesn't sit in your intellect. Therefore, you should say, Baba, I'm confused by this explanation. First of all, give Alpha's introduction. Everyone should put up a board saying, with this knowledge, you can become constantly happy and elevated. This is good, is it not? They would be tempted. Why should we not go there to understand it? Baba will understand from their service which children are honest. Those who pay attention will become bits of the rosary. You have to do something and show it to others. You are personally sitting here in a practical way and listening to Baba. All the other children will hear about this from the Murli. All of these matters have to be understood. The Supreme Soul is the Father, and He purifies you and then takes you back with Him, and so He is also the Guru. He becomes the teacher and teaches you the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world, and so He is all three. However, many children forget this, that intoxication disappears from their intellects. Otherwise, they would have that happiness permanently. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, in order to become a bead of the rosary of victory, pay full attention to yourselves. Do the service of becoming elevated and making others elevated. Second point, don't perform any wrong action for which you would have to suffer. Follow the Father's advice at every step. Blessing, may you be a spiritual server and attract everyone with your attractive stage. Explanation, spiritual servers never think that there is no expansion of service or that there are no one to listen to them. There are many to listen to you, but you just have to make your stage spiritual and attractive. A magnet can pull something to itself. So, can you not pull souls with your spiritual power? So become magnets who have the spiritual attraction from which souls will automatically be pulled and come in front of you. This is the service of your children, you spiritual servers. Slogan, in order to become an embodiment of solutions, continue to give everyone love and respect. Om Shanti, invaluable, elevated virgins of Mateshwariji. God is one and all the rest are human souls. The whole world knows that God is one and He is Almighty Authority. Jani Jananhar means knower of all secrets within. The whole world says that they are the children of God. God is one. It may be someone of any religion, but everyone still believes in God. Founders of religions consider themselves to be messengers sent down by God. They bring their own message and establish their own religion. Guru Nanak praised God so much and spoke of the one who is Om and the truth. Ek Omkar means God is one. Satnam means His name is the truth. This means that God has a name and form. He is imperishable, the immortal image, and also the one who does everything, which means that although he is a karta, means one beyond acting, he becomes the one who does everything through the body of Brahma. All of this praise belongs to God, even though people understand all of this. They say that God is everywhere. I, the soul, am God. If all are God, then to which God does the praise Ek Omkar belong? This shows that God is one. Acha Om Shanti